spend money. I don't know if it'll get to millions of dollars again, but people will spend money, dude. It's foolish to think that the market will never just become healthy or even a little bit greedy again. That's just not the case. We just seen it happen like 4 times with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's outperforming gold and stocks. Like, bruh, people were saying crypto's dead. I'm like, nah, fam. Someone just spent $1 million on a Bored Ape key. What are you talking about? Like, sometimes, in some ways, in some aspects,
1.6 million,
yeah,
$1.6
dude.
million on a key. And look, I think what's happening at the moment is you've got a few very, very big whales that are trading amongst each other. Like you even said, Maki Big Brother, guys like that, and that's who's buying those things. I do think that the amount of Web 2 companies that we saw dip their toes into Web 3 when there was a bull market, Pepsi, Coke, Louis Vuitton. I mean, all of them came into the space. You name it, Gucci, all of them. So people definitely know, and some of them did it successfully. Nike did it successfully. Adidas have tried to do it successfully and are still trying, which is great. And I think they will get there. Puma. So the second you had someone like Nike come in and say, okay, this is a proof of concept. We made $60 million last year selling stuff through this model, which is what they made. All of a sudden, that gets the attention of Adidas. That gets the attention, of course, of Puma and all their normal competitors in their normal space. And that's the same thing when you've got a Starbucks coming in and showing that this works, and they are at the moment. There were a whole reward program. I'm not talking about the NFT side, which is 5 times what the mint price was. I'm saying the reward program is on the blockchain. It allows them to get insight in their customers, that allows them to personalize the rewards to their customers in a way they couldn't do before. It is working. Now you're going to see other fast food chains and similar type companies looking into this and paying close attention and coming into the space as well. And that's all it takes. And we're seeing that as one person in the vertical comes in. So we had Nike, all of a sudden the rest of them come in. As you had Gucci come in and do well, Louis Vuitton wants to see what's going on here, and so on and so forth. So yes, blockchain technology is 100% the future. NFTs, I think there will be space for the real amazing ones. I think, but like Gary Vee always said, most of them will go to zero. But the technology is here to stay.
Yep. Yeah, the tech is here, and the fun part of NFT is you get that community that you get, and like even if they're small, dude, like people still fuck with small communities. Like there's no problem with that. Just because the floors, like there's I've talked about this multiple times in the show, but there's multiple projects that I'm very happy to be in that just don't have a high floor. I just literally don't care. Like I just don't care. It's cool. Like it just doesn't affect me. Like I'm a collector, and there are many collectors. And by the way, there are many people who think that way about projects. I'm in a lot of a lot of communities that are just chill, dude. I'm just hanging out. Like this 0.01, 0.04, 0.1. It's no problem, you know. And like I think it's okay to have that. It doesn't have to be a 10th floor for you to be happy there. For traders, yeah, for the degenerate traders, if that's what they care about, then yeah, those are the only projects they're going to be in. But there's a lot of people who operate on a 0.01 to a 0.3, budget. Like they're just not going to spend more than that because it's really not fucking worth it for most of the people. And for those people, I think that's a large crowd of NFT people. And I think it's totally cool to market those to that level of people. My NFTs right now, dude, that's probably most of them. Like they're not going to spend anything more than like 1 ETH on my photography because like unless you're just rich and a collector for some reason, but they're cool to just buy them for 0.3, sell for 0.4, or buy it and hold,
So, Kate, a couple of things. First thing is, I think you're 100% right. I think the social aspect to NFTs is incredible. I think the community building aspect to NFTs is incredible. And that could even be a free NFT. And if you get in and if you vibe with someone, I think on top of that, like everyone always says, your net worth is your network. And you can build relationships with real people, that will take you who knows where in the future. So I do definitely think that there's a use case to that. The other thing I wanted to ask you is I briefly saw something on your, and I didn't see it properly. We're on different time zones and whatever, but when I was looking for the spaces, I saw something about there's a couple more NFTs that are coming on the market from the George Kingdom, like a handful. Just tell me what's going on there.